My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Beta update. Beta branch. Not that that's necessarily relevant right here. We don't have any hours bonuses affected by it. Where is the booming conch? Doesn't look like I would have needed the booming conch, to be fair. Probably not taking an elite heavy line here. There's a 3 upgrade line with a late elite, which I'm not thrilled about, but I will take it. Let's transform a strike into smokestack. Whenever you create a status, deal 5 damage to all enemies. Look, I'm about it. I'm into it. I probably shouldn't have played it there because I have no ability to generate statuses in this deck, so it doesn't make any sort of sense. Oh, almost got that front line down. Just would have had to hit it one more time. Sweeping Beam, Hotfix, Barrage. Of those, I'm happy to take a Sweeping Beam. Woof. Can I get a defend? No. The answer is a swift no on that one. 13 damage turn 1 for me. Synchronize, Gunk Up, and Hotfix. Give me Gunk Up. I do want to try and do the status package if possible. Gunky defends. Go for the eyes, Beam Cell, and Fusion. I can't guarantee I'll find enough of the package, but I'm going to be selective. I don't think any of those really advances this as a win condition. I am being very specific here. Probably too specific, right? Woof. Glad I drew another defend, because good lord. 17 is just a lot of damage to decide to do to me on a whim. Oh my god. Legitimately, do not just kill me in this fight. That being a fight, and then this... Well. Thanks. Oh, I got a 50-50 a win right now. Way, we won. Now we're right off. We're gonna win the video game. We're definitely not gonna pretty much die immediately in this fight. Oh, let's see if Echo Form can save me. Nope, turns out I'm still dead turn 1. Okay, that, look, I did turn down cards. Okay? I turned down exactly 1 card. I turned down taking a go for the Beam Cell or Fusion here. Both of these did a surprisingly high amount of damage compared to what they usually do. So like an average draw or not having 1 less strike and then a card that does nothing in that fight. Would have saved us on average like a solid 10-15 HP here. Fogmog was rude as hell. I've got to start thinking about the fact that Fogmog just gets to a certain point and then just starts pummeling constantly, and that it just gets higher and higher and higher. I've got to internalize what Fogmog's actual pattern is. I think it's like a buff turn, a hit turn, and then a big hit turn, and then it cycles back. Then after that, basically we just lost too many resources by that point. Okay. Got it. Don't get baited by a transform smokescreen into doing nothing until you take 2 hard early fights. Got it. Although it also might help just not to have garbage on path. That would be useful as well. Oh. Hey, you know, there's actually a pretty, dare I say, sexy path here. Look at this. Take 3 question marks on the way up to our first rest. Then, engage winged boots. Fly over to another rest. Chest. Rest. Elite. Rest. Elite. And then if I really want to, I can go for another elite after that. I still have 1 charge of my boots afterwards. That sounds stupidly good to me. Not where I wanted the dual cast to target. Mm-hmm. 6 damage taken in this fight. Also, we got Lagavulin and Matriarch at the end of the act, so I've got to have some sort of a good scaling damage strategy, or just like a bunch of damage strategy. I like hotfix. I'll take a copy. Yeah, defense helps Zap took him down. It's good enough. Especially if I can follow up triple defend. Subroutine, Sunder, and FTL. I want to take Subroutine. It's so hard to take Subroutine because I feel like I take Subroutine after I get a bunch of powers, but I don't feel like taking that many powers until I have a Subroutine. A little bit of a catch-22. What does that mean for us? Does it mean that I should just acknowledge that there's enough powers in the defect package that it's worth taking a subroutine anyway? Let's give that a chance. I'm just gonna heal the 10 HP here. I'd feel so much happier with just a single Frost Orb in this deck. All it takes is 1. I'm gonna be off above the moon, over the moon. That's the word I was looking for. Phrasing, rather, than I was looking for. And that's the phrasing I was looking for. Boot Sequence, Hotfix, and Sweeping Beam. I'm very partial to a Boot Sequence in this game, given how many enemies just like to give you their absolute worst on turn 1. I got a 2 elite line. I don't think I popped the power potions here, but I'm pretty... I'm not... We literally don't have any additional damage. Okay, I gotta pop a power potion, otherwise I'm dead in this fight. Whenever I evoke lightning, do a bit of additional I should have played the subroutine before that anyway. Without that thunder, we just weren't going to do enough damage to take these enemies down in anything like an appropriate period of time. I'm glad that I recognized that as early as I did. I wish I recognized it slightly earlier. Mazalith's Shadow Shield. It's a win con strat for us. As much as I wanted the Frost Orb and a little bit more damage. Thankfully, I've got like 3 upgrades before I actually have to contest with anything else. So let's get the dual cast upgrade, hop over again, get the zap upgrade. Bronze Scales, that's also important damage for us. Then a defensive upgrade. Mazalith's Gift will win the boss fight, Lagavulin Matriarch, for us, so I'm happy enough to use a power potion here. And I'll go Consuming Shadow just because of the power level of it. So, subroutine, Consuming Shadow. Defend, defend, defend. So here I'm electing not to play the boot sequence because I think I am going to get back to the ability to play that boot sequence at a different time. And it's way more mana efficient to play that at a different time rather than a current time. I don't need to evoke that Dark Orb yet. In fact, it's kind of best if I don't. Dual cast? Oh, damn, we got down to the dual cast. That's ridiculous. Beating Remnant. Can't lose more than 20 HP in a single turn. Fusion, Focus Strike, and Leap. Yep, I've got enough of ability to upgrade. That Fusion is incredible right now. I kind of want to hop over, but for the possibility of doing the double elite, I won't. Not the powers in this deck, so it doesn't really make sense to play the subroutine. Just gonna defend. Shadow Shield before Fusion. Take 3 damage this turn. Hotfix Zap. Then dual cast. Sets up 1 kill, executes. Another one. I take 13 damage this turn, but it's probably the last damage we take. Oh, it's not the last damage we take, as it turns out. Oh, it would have been nice if it was, though. Festive Popper. At the start of combat, deal 9 damage to all enemies. Null, subroutine, leap. Now, I want to take the other subroutine, but the correct answer is click that null. Whoa. Okay, Terrial. And you with the Gardeners, which means the next enemy is the Skulking Colony? I don't think I can fight the Skulking Colony right now. One bad draw and I just take like 15 damage in that fight. You know, I'll even put your mind at rest right now. I'm gonna rest before the boss. Ooh, Darkness. I should upgrade that. Hey, don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Even if I click this card and hover over the... Don't take the bait! There you go. That's your reward for not taking the bait. I actually think the Dark Orb probably means I don't need to use Merciless Ritual in this fight. But I also don't think Merciless Ritual is that important in our future fights anyway. Starting to gestate a Dark Orb would be good. I don't have to use Null to do that. I'm gonna cycle. Yeah, Shadow Shield Darkness. Perfect setup. Start baking those. Hotfix Zap. Strike, strike, strike. Enemy who's gonna wake up anyway. Dual casts. Fusion, double defend. Null. And Shadow Shield. I wanted to also drop Darkness. Guess I should have done that in a different order then. Defend. I don't think that Zap is worth getting rid of my Plasma Orb yet for. This is, though. Oh, damn. Darkness. A bunch of damage ready to go at the enemy. Okay. You hit me again, you'll die. Rainbow, Flat Cannon, and Spinner. Spinner supports... I mean, Spinner helps us just evoke our Dark Orbs a lot quicker, and I have enough Dark Orbs that I don't really want to get one very huge. I just want to evoke them quickly. Also, it's a power for the power build. Start of your turn, draw an additional card. That's huge. Especially with the 0 costs and the energy pumps that subroutine turns our powers into. I still have a lot more upgrades that I'm interested in doing. What if I went with card cuts? I mean, 2 strikes out of this deck immediately. So that would be like, take this line so that I can take 2 early shops and cut it both. Then hop to an elite. And then maybe at the very end, hop again back to another elite. Take a very aggressive line while I'm powerful right now. Use the early floor and my current money to get even more powerful before I take it. Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Oh, really? Oh, she's always like that. Erica, let's do this. I do need a little bit more defense in this deck as well. When I say a little, I mean a lot. Those aren't those. Great. Frontline dies to the spikes. Lessens the field of contention. And got him. Block pot. Significantly more important than Mazla's gifts, to be honest. Smokestack, Beam Cell, Uproar. Don't need those. Yeah, Smokestack is a power, but the power should also ideally do something. Royal Stamp. Upon pickup, choose an attack or skill in your deck and a plant. Royally approved on it. I like it. I like it. But who do I like it on? I like it on Shadow Shield, actually. Oh no, but I have to cut. Oh, I'm not going to be able to cut at the next store if I play for that. I could buy Buffer, though. Buffer is a really good card. Yeah. I was asking for defense. It gave me Buffer, and what, I'm going to look at that and go, no, I want different defense. Another defense, please. No. Take what you're given, be happy about it. Oh, beautiful. And hell, I can even just go all out because I've got a buffer on me. I love turns like that where you can kind of just ignore the enemy a bit. Focus pot. It's pretty good. Ooh, upgraded scavenge. Yeah, good enough. I'll actually take the focus pot over a power pot there. Much more consistent in the value it provides for us. I would take the fasten if I could afford it, but I'll take the removal of the strike because I can. Then Buffer gets twice as good with its upgrade. We hop across to our first elite, I always call this the Unsettling Flesh Cube. You're called Infested Chrism? What the hell? When they change its name? Don't take the bait. Focus Potion here, or do I wait for... No, Focus Potion is 1000% the Desi fight. We'll just save the block pot for the turn that needs it here. Subroutine's out, so I can play that. Shadow Shield, dual casts, then Darkness. I'll Buffer as well, defend, and finally Scavenge. It doesn't have to destroy a card to give me the 3 energy next turn. Although I'll still like if it does. Okay, Fusion, Shadow Shields, Null, then darkness. Oh, that sucks. What, I'm gonna lose my buffer for a single health this turn? No, I'm gonna use the block pot to save the buffer. Tragic. Yeah. Speed pot, Gorget, hotfix, boost away in Tesla coil. I don't need another hotfix in this deck, even if it is upgraded. Gorget for the 4 block. Or 4 plating from the first turn is really important though. Then I want Spinner to immediately channel Glass, especially if I'm going into a possible Desi fight. This is not Desi. I'll use Speed Pot. I'll get the buffer out here, yeah, because the next turn's a big hit. Can't have been certain I wasn't going to... Well, I was about to say can't have been certain I wasn't going to dead draw this turn. I did dead draw this turn. I just didn't recognize it as such. Full defense here is still going to cause this to take 2 damage, so I may as well just not do any damage. There you go. Good thing I buffered. Yeah, subroutine's pretty much irrelevant in this fight. Fix fusion. Zap. Do I null to get weaken on you, set up for the next turn? I think I have to. Also gives us additional energy, but it's less relevant. Shadow Shields. Null. Defend and subroutine. Oh, that's 24 incoming. Whatever. Still take no damage. And took him out afterwards. Bellows. First anti-draw each combat is upgraded. Dex Pot. Super cool as well. Obviously gain 2 decks. Compact Glacier Iteration. I defend pretty well without the Glacier, but I feel like if I really want to like have my defense set for the next floor, that's the button I click. Darkness needs to be upgraded. It needed to be upgraded yesterday. Hello, Desi. This is where the focus pot goes. Shadow Shield, Darkness, and Boot sequence for the first turn. Hold up, actually, what's the incoming here? 16, 28. Okay, we're fine. I wouldn't have used the dex pot needlessly here. There's Spinner. Subroutine, Spinner. Play. Oh. No, it's wrong. That's fine. It could have been worse. Regen Potion, as well as Book of 5 Rings. Barrage, FTL Scrape. Don't need those. Ooh. Damn, I want it. I want it bad. I want it real bad. Cast Darkness at the end of a turn. Cast Shadow Shield at the end of the turn. Yeah, I'm fine to obtain this key. I'm gonna use the Regen Pot. I don't want to use the Dex Pot as well. Don't need to do it that turn, though. Leave that Dark Orb there. Subroutine Hotfix. Buffer. Shadow Shield, Zap, and Defend. Yeah, I don't even need to lose both of my buffers this turn. There There goes all of our regen. Well, most of our regen. Enough of our regen that I can feel okay finishing the fight. Synchronize, go for the eyes and uproar. I don't need synchronize. The additional turn of weaken on null. Only because I also have the dex bot. Subroutine, will buffer. Drop hotfix. Yeah, it's about as good as turn 1 goes for us. I'm going to take the draw reduction because I've got Pale's Blood to help cancel it out. And because I can't take the only play 3 cards in a turn. Spin a pace for itself. Null. And if I can't full defend here, which I can't, I may as well just scavenge one of these. Place her into darkness, please. Really important that I... Yeah, that one's going to be disintegration. Really important to keep weakening this enemy wherever available. Damn, my damage is not holding up how I need it to. First time they've hit me against the body. Not thrilled about it. Got to be a less energy per turn, unfortunately. Dual cast. Good lord, that was way closer than I feel like it had any right to be. I think we're way more powerful than that. I don't know why it was that close. Alright, take a second to think about it then. What was this deck lacking? The ability to do damage and defend at the same time, which is pretty much what that fight is majorly asking you for, especially if you take any of the options that are not resource related or are just HP. Damage at end of turn. We're good at doing one, and then the other, and then the other, and then the other, and having our previous turn's block or previous turn's damage kind of cover for the next turn's block or damage. So how do I accomplish both at the same time? More energy. Also, the card draw that we denied ourselves really would have helped us as well in that fight. I'll take Modded there. 0 energy to draw a card and gain an energy. I'm not very impressed with any of these. So you know what? Give me 7 easy combat. Whoa. Wow, I was going to take that left-hand line anyway, but if it's free... They literally die as soon as I start the fight, courtesy of the Festive Popper. Sayonara, buddy. Single upgraded leap might actually be a pretty good defensive tool for us. Nope, you too. I'd take the Chaos if it was upgraded. This one I gotta fight manually. With my own body and my own mind. Okay, I lost all my buffer. Is that a good idea? Whoop. 11 straight up damage to us there. I have the distinct feeling that my Dark Orbs aren't doing enough. But I don't know why. Potion of Binding. You know what? I will take that Synchronize now. Subroutine 2. No. I tried to make Subroutine a sub-theme of this deck. It's just not a thing. Is Scavenge how I get additional energy? I mean, I have a good target for it a lot of the time. It'll help us thin down the deck. It also gives us some HP that I needed at the time. Yeah, I mean, get the additional card draw from Modded. Stonecracker. When you enter a fight, upgrade 2 cards for the rest of that fight. Blood Vial. Stable Serum. Retain. Retain is important, but it's much more important if the Doormaker is one of our final bosses, which it isn't here, so keep what we've got. Skim Cool-Headed. Cool-Headed defends as well as draw towards our offensive potential. I think it's even better than Skim there. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know how to fight when but these enemies have health. What do I do? Embarrassingly, the fun bit I was just doing, it's not a bit anymore. I actually am gonna be struggling here. Well. Yum. Okay, 10 damage to all of you at the end of the turn. Beautiful. I think Meteor Strike might be the solution to our problems. Keep hotfix in the deck. I also need to remove a card from this deck. Let's say remove a card. I think more impactful than removing a card is buying Pantograph here and a hologram to be able to bring back the right cards. I'm also going to take a Block Pot and Energy Potion. I think that was like ridiculous how much value we got for how little money we had there. I've got some AoE out there now. That's nice. It's nice and important to have some of that. Oh boy. This is a bad turn. This is definitely going to require our block pot. Actually, maybe that was a turn I should have been undefended. I'm gonna use the energy potion here as well because I'm pretty terrified of the outcomes. Great. Well, I wish I could have taken those potions to the enemy. Oh well. Double energy? Yeah, okay, yeah, I got that meteor... not meteor punch, I got that rocket in the deck. Let's upgrade holograms. I can bring cards back. Pantograph heals us back up to 65 before the start of this fight. Hotfix. Shadow Shield. Drop a... so annoying. Synchronize. Hologram happened before Darkness. Okay. I'm gonna cool-headed. Spinner. Fusion and Zap. I'll get my additional draw next turn. Interesting. Double energy already. Double energy doesn't do too much this turn, unfortunately. Just gives us the ability to hard play everything, but that's not even necessarily that good. That said, I got to scavenge some bad cards out of that hand. That's pretty good. I worry what I'm learning right now is our defensive package is nowhere near as strong as it would need to be. I hate it when I learn things. I really want to play that Darkness. I'm so mad I can't play the Darkness. What, just because I don't want to take 12 damage this turn and then some undefined amount of damage next turn based on how much I have available to block? Huh? Okay. Modded. Want to hollow back Darkness. Throw down Darkness. Damn, dude, you kidding me? Really can't get that Meteor Strike out ever? Huh? Huh? I don't think we survived that. Damn, dude. What the hell? Oh, thank you, Melting Remnant. Okay, well, I mean, everything's getting a lot better right now, but this is probably not going to be enough. We'll see, we'll see. See, the not enough of it all comes from the fact that it's going to be almost impossible for me to defend this turn. Yeah. If your most defensive turn can't keep you alive, you're probably dead. Damn, dude. Next fight, to me, was the one that I thought was going to be bad. I guess, like, if I got Meteor Strike in a position where I actually could have cast it, would have really helped. Obviously, that just comes down to, you know, Meteor Strike or Double Energy being earlier in the draw, or Meteor Strike coming a turn after one of our 2 Scavengers, or any number of different things. The Plasma Orb, Evoking Plasma Orb, etc. Any number of different things that gives us the ability to get the energy for a Meteor Strike. Unfortunately, we did not have that line up at any point in that first fight. That said, I think the second Meteor Strike, like if we cycled the deck and then got that Meteor Strike, I still think that was probably too late. We really needed to be playing basically every card from the first cycle, except for the bound ones. Also, some additional card draw in that fight would have helped us out a lot. We only really had Cool-Headed and Centennial Boss on Pale's Blood. I guess modded as well. But some more consistent card draw would have helped us give ourselves more options each turn, rather than just having to look at our bound cards and going, God damn, I wish I could play 2 or 3 of those. I think we made really, really good use out of the Wing Boots over the course of this run. I think we got probably our first fur coat that was actually utilized appropriately. Even if I skimped out of that, that was because it was mutually exclusive with a shop. Oh my god! I didn't even realize! I got bamboozled by the fur coat into taking a path that had literally no question marks. I just assumed I was going to get the Lantern Key. Oh my god. Yeah, that's our big mistake. That right there is our big mistake. If we were drawing and playing an additional card every turn, God forbid we ever played a Meteor Strike to end a turn, start the next turn with a Meteor Strike and a bunch of energy. Yeah. Ultimately, I think really what killed the run is that I had all of the value I needed, and I literally just didn't cash it in. I just needed to hit one question. A single question mark would have done it. Damn it! Oh, I left him locked up. No, I had the key and everything. So I killed the jailer to get the key, and then I ran away. Haha, best of both worlds. Everyone suffers. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2. Top left is a series playlist for a lot of content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Corbo. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.